can't see nothing. Tire pressure sensor fault. Huh. That's interesting. Probably should have checked to make sure I don't have a flat tire. I'll do that in just a moment. Hey, good morning. Welcome. I can't believe I backed out of their driveway. Look at this driveway. You got tall shrubs on either side, and usually I'm running into those shrubs all of the time. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Mississippi. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and we're down here for Thanksgiving. I've only got 2 bars on this camera. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to film what I need to with this camera. So, I decided to take a trip down to Mississippi for Thanksgiving so my son could be with his cousin and his grandparents, and my wife could see her parents. And hey, this is what the holidays are all about. So, damn, I was gonna go over to this little bando right here, but there's a big ass truck blocking the drive. Or is he just parked there? He's just chilling there. Yeah, that little bando. I like to go up there and film a little bit. Boy, do I got a story time to share with y'all. I'm on my way to go get donuts right now. It's first thing in the morning. Small town, Mississippi. Population of only 1,500 people. One stoplight type of town. We're in a one-horse town. You better bet it. But man, do I got a story to share with you guys about traveling per frickin' usual. You know what? I'm gonna do it right here. This little bando right here. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm about to use it. Yeah, I'm about to use it. All right. Hopefully I'm in a decent enough spot to do this. So, not sure if you can see, that is cement right there. And right back there in between the treads, right there is a plug that your boy had to do on the side of the damn road. I had to do this plug on the side of the damn road. Well, actually at a truck stop in the pouring down frickin' rain. And my wife ran over my God blessed hand. You can't, yeah. See the little Bobo right there. You're probably wondering, Joe, why didn't you move your hand? That's what somebody actually commented and said. Well, I'm about to share with you why. Damn it, this camera's about to die. I got to film the rest on my phone because my camera just died. All right. So here's the plug kit, the tire pressure, what does it say? The tubeless tire repair kit right here that I bought from another freaking truck stop. And these are the tools that came with this one. Look how bent up this piece is right here. Yeah, man, so check this out. So as I was down here messing with this tire, right, I had this. And this is a lot different from the last one of these that I had, where it actually had a handle where you could get a really good grip on the back of this. But this, you can't really do a whole hell of a lot of gripping with this. This is actually referred to as Mr. No Grippers. Where is that plug at? There she be, right there. Yeah, so that's the plug right there. I couldn't get a good grip with this guy because it doesn't have the T handle on it, and it was pouring down rain and I was freaking soaking wet. So that helped. That didn't help neither. And then this piece right here got all bent up in the process trying to get that plug in. So we're driving to Mississippi. We're going down the road and I hit a bump, and then all of a sudden the tire alert comes on saying low pressure. Those are brand new tires that my wife done put on the vehicle since that last trip where you know, we got a nail in the tire and I had to do the same damn thing the first time. So I'm sitting on the side of the road filming a video in a small town, population 1,500. They probably think that I'm on freaking drugs. Now, of course, being that I've already done this once, I've already got a tire repair kit. However, it's not in the vehicle because my dumbass took it out to film a damn video about that. How about you now? So it was sitting in my shed. I needed it down in Alabama yesterday. Didn't have it. We pulled over at a truck stop. They got a different tire repair kit. It's this cheap shit right here. And yeah, this is what I was forced to have to use. So I'm driving down the road yesterday. I hit a bump. The tire alert tells me we've got low tire pressure. Brand new tires. Those tire pressures on the front tires were at 37. The one on the back was at 27. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, no big deal. We got the oil change yesterday, the day before we left. And maybe, you know, because while they were changing the oil, they were like, hey, do you want us to top off your air pressure in your tires? I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, please. So I was like, okay, well, maybe some kind of a way they screwed up with the air pressure. That's what I was thinking. I'm watching the air pressure and then it drops another PSI from 27 to 26. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way in hell. This just happened the last time that we came to Mississippi. You're telling me that again, we got a nail in the freaking tire. And I know that we do. When that air pressure dropped, I knew that we had a nail in the tire. All right, so anyways, so I pull over and we're at the truck stop. I see the nail in the tire. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I go in and I buy the essentials, the pliers and the tire repair kit. The nail is not all the way in the tire though. It's only somewhat in the tire. In there enough to where when I pull it out, I mean, air is leaking out, and obviously it's in there enough and it's causing the tire to be leaking air. So the problem is when I use the little puncher tool to try to penetrate the tire, where's that tool at? The shiv right here, when I'm trying to penetrate that brand new tire, I can't get in it, man. My hands are slipping. Everything is just, it's not working. I'm freaking out now. I'm like, holy shit. I can't get this thing through the tire all the way so that I can create a clean hole to put the plug piece in with this tool. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do this plug. It's only going to be half-assed. We're still going to be losing air. Doing this plug the wrong way is going to cause this situation to be even worse than it already is. And to be honest, it's not even that bad. We're only losing a little bit of air pressure. Who knows how long we've had that nail in the tire? Maybe the entire trip. Did somebody sabotage me before we left on the trip? Nobody knew I was leaving, though. And they weren't sabotaging me. They were trying to sabotage my wife. That's paranoia. No, in fact, I actually believe it's God that's punishing me, sprinkling nails all over the roads, and this car just tends to be a magnet for them. So anyways, I'm freaking out, man. I'm on the side of the road. I'm cold. I'm soaking wet. My son's asleep in the car. My wife is, trying to help from the driver's side, from the driver's seat. And I finally get the smart idea. I'm like, yo, if I get this in as far as I can get it in, and then I use the weight of the vehicle, I tell my wife to back up, that will cause this to puncture the tire. So that's what we start to do. And when she backs up a little too far and it runs over my hand. Bing! Joe got the boo-boo. Thank God I didn't break my fingers. Anyway, so that's how my hand got ran over. I couldn't get my hand out of the way because I had to hold the thing because it was wet and it was slipping. And yeah. Shit, my guy's calling me. I just got back in the car from getting the donuts from this small town, little donut shop. And damn, I feel like that story, I didn't sell the dramatic nature of it good enough. Anyways, but that's the story. Gene was calling me from the job site. Tire pressure sensor fault. Anyways, that's been happening. Let's check the tire pressure, shall we? We're gonna look at those donuts in just a minute. Okay, replace the key fob. Yep, that's been going on since my wife put those brand new tires on the vehicle. Okay, let's go to the tire pressure. Well, you know what? All the tire pressures are actually low this morning. I guess it's the cold air, but man, them bitches were on 37 and 38 yesterday traveling. And then that tire back there is the tire that got the nail in it. And I had that tire pressure pumped up to 33. Do all the tires have nails in them? We might be in serious trouble. Serious trouble. Red snap. That lady's license plate said red snap. And the only thing that I've ever heard snap being mentioned in relation to is that snapper. And that was an old geezer driving that vehicle. Like, God damn, what they be doing down here in Mississippi? Old town, small town, Mississippi. You know, hey, you know she a freaky old lady. Anywho. Yeah, I gotta check these tires, man, when we get back. That shit seeming like we got 4 flats. Freaking nuts. Anyway, so we got in last night. My son's having a great time. We're well rested after 15 hours of driving yesterday is what that amounted to. And we're going to enjoy it. We're not going to the Egg Bowl. We wanted to. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State at Mississippi State. We're going to watch it with the family and then see what Lane Kiffin's big announcement's going to be after the game. Is he staying? Is he going? I think that son of a bitch might be going. Because if you were staying, you would have been already said it. You would have been already said it. But anyways. Let's get back, enjoy some donuts. I'm going to show you what these things are hitting on too. Woo-hoo, look at them Jimmies right there. We got the long johns right there. Yeah, man, we got the cream or the jelly filled. Got the sprinkle for my son right there, and then them apple fritters. Joe, you fat. Hey there, good morning. 10:22 in the morning, Mississippi time, 11:30 back home. And getting ready for the Egg Bowl. It's Friday, it's the day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was great. Down with the in-laws, was able to do a live stream from down here yesterday and had no choice. I really had to do it because I was struggling up until today to get a freaking video uploaded. The internet at the in-laws' house is not very good. When I think about moving to Mississippi, that's the plan that my wife and I have been discussing. Would love to do so, but the internet absolutely terrifies me. So it took forever to get this video uploaded. Literally had to use the hotspot on my phone. And tell me why that shit was better than the internet in the house. Yeah, it was. I started uploading the video at 3 o'clock in the morning. I went back to bed. I got out of the bed about 7:30. And tell me why the video only had 37% uploaded. I said, this is insane. I broke out into a cold sweat. My wife said, hey, try the hotspot on your phone. I did so. And the video was uploaded within an hour from there. So thank God for technology. So anyways, we got the Egg Bowl today. Shout out to Ole Miss. Hopefully they're going to do what they need to do. Lane Kiffin is obviously the topic of conversation. Is he staying? Is he going? I'm betting that he's going to LSU. I don't think that the Ole Miss Oxford stage is big enough for this guy. If he does stay, I mean, that would make him a hero. But if he was staying, I truly feel like he would have said so by now to put all of this to bed, because between Ole Miss, LSU, and Florida, all three of those schools are offering him legitimately the same amount of freaking money. $13 million a year. gosh almighty. So anyways, that game comes on in about 30 minutes. I've only got about 30 minutes to go do what I want to do right here. And I've got this bando that I want to explore. Now, I can't go exploring this because it is hunting season. And let me tell you something, in small town Mississippi, hey, them son of a guns is out there with their guns. And I have seen them. Oh my God, I've seen tons of dead deer on the vehicles. And I ain't got no Hunter Orange with me. Of all the orange shirts that I have, Joe didn't bring not one with him. So, this location is a bit in the woods. And what it appears to be is an old mill. Now, I've tried to do research on what exactly this old mill was, and I don't know. This town was founded in like 1800, and it was a mill type of a town. A lot of mills by the water. This mill isn't by the water. What's interesting about this is as far back as about, I think, 2014 or maybe 2008, I might be wrong with this, but as far back as all of that, I might have already went the wrong way, and I think I might have. I have no idea really where I'm going. I've only passed this thing once, and it was the last time that I came down here to Mississippi. But I looked this thing up on Google Earth, and it was around 2008 or 2014, before this thing became heavily overgrown, where you could last see, or at least first see, as far back as time goes on Google. Am I going the right way? I think I am. Yeah, okay, boom. There's the high school right there. There was an abandoned car in the woods over here. Is that the abandoned car? Yo, that car is still just sitting there. That thing's been there since the last time that I came here. I don't know if I was able to show you that or not. All right, but anyways, you could see this bando on Google Earth back in like 2014 and 2000 or 2008, whatever year it was. And you could tell that it was some kind of a mill. I got a truck coming up pretty quickly behind me. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pull over and let this guy go by, because I'm not in your I'm in your neck of the woods. Joe don't have a freaking clue where he's at right now. Yeah, Joe don't have a clue. He's riding my ass pretty tough, man. We are in that movie Wrong Turn, is what it feels like. He's about to blow past me. I think that spot is right. Here he goes. Go get him. There he goes. Look at him. Look at him flying. So I just passed the spot. Now also there's a bando house right here too. And that bando house is right here. I'm about to pull up to it right here. I explored this not too long ago. And we're gonna start right here. All right. That was kind of sketch, right? They see the Virginia tags, they're like, yo, man, you ain't from these parts. All right. So welcome to Highway 29, MS 29 is what this is referred to as, Mississippi. I had to look this up to actually know. And when I came down here the last time, I filmed this little video because I saw this bando right here. And I thought to myself, man, this would be a great house to flip. Now the grass was super tall the last time that I was here. Somebody's came and cut this. But you know, you see these type of houses, we've got the tin metal roof on here, and this would just be it looks like it's probably a pretty decent house, but it's probably been a long time since anybody's been here. Yeah, so all that clothes right there. I thought that there was like a homeless person staying here, boarded up. Wow. Look at all that. Yeah, I don't want to do a whole lot of exploring. Look at the frickin' patio. You could tell it's been years since anybody has lived here. But it was seeing this first. We're actually seeing this at the same time I saw the mill. The mill's right back down the street. We just passed it. So we're gonna go pull over on the side of the road, get the drone up in the air. I might try to get the drone up from right here. We're not too far from the mill. So maybe I can fly the drone from here to the mill. This is actually out in the open a little bit, but mind you, we don't have nothing but woods around us. And I'm looking like a God-blessed deer out here in the headlights. I ain't trying to look like that. All right. Oh my God, I literally just heard a freaking gunshot. So if anybody comes and asks us what we're doing, we're just a real estate investor. Ironically, there's no trespassing signs out here neither. They're probably like, you should know better. All right. The wind is a little bit, not too terrible. Who knows, with the drone up in the air, we might even see a freaking hunter in the woods. Getting an aerial view would be giving us at least the eagle-eye view. What am I trying to say right here? I guess I'm trying to say, maybe give us the advantage of the eye in the sky. Maybe we can see this a little bit better too, because, you know, I'd like to see behind it. I looked at the property line of this home and it looks like it goes on for quite some time. I did a little bit of research on this property. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot that I could find. All right, we're connecting the satellites right now. We're gonna get the drone up in the air.
Home point updated.
Perfect, we're ready to go. We got a memory card in here. We don't got no memory card. I don't got no memory card with me. What? Yo! I'm screwed. I don't got a memory card. And they're all back at the house. That is... that is as bad as it gets. Well, Joe, damn, that's stupid as shit. Ain't no sense in thinking about it. I know I ain't got no freaking memory card. Joe, you a stupid, silly son of a bitch. Ain't no point in even trying to fly this damn thing. Damn it, man. Well, shit. Gotta be honest. I feel pretty stupid. Feel pretty stupid, man. I pulled into this old bando. And you know what I should have been thinking about? Nails in the driveway. Like, would people leave nails? Don't even talk it up. I don't know what it is about this particular house that does it for me, but it's something about this house that I find just interesting. I'm sure there's more bandos in this freaking area than not, but who knows? Maybe if we move to Mississippi, that could be our house right there. The fix and flip situation. So hopefully I can show you right up here. We're gonna pass by this location. It's gonna be not here. Oh, it is right there. Damn, that's where it is, right there. Damn, that's it right there. I gotta come back. I gotta come back to that. I don't know if you could see that or not. So we'll go watch the Ole Miss game and reconvene afterwards. I'll have a memory card then. And we'll come back here. I gotta film that location. I'm interested in it. You know, they say there's not a lot of these original buildings from back in the 1800s still around in this small town. Maybe that's one of them, or maybe not. Maybe it's a newer building, 1900, something like that. But what was it? That's the main question. What kind of a mill was it? Was it a lumber mill, a textile mill? It had to be a newer mill. There's that car in the woods. It had to be a newer mill, given the fact that it's not by water. And, you know, in the earlier days of civilization, your mills were water powered. So if this mill wasn't water powered, it had to be a newer mill. Was it around during the times of electricity? Was it steam powered? I'm just an old head nerd. Don't mind me. When I go places, I like to explore. And I like to share that with you. It might not be your cup of tea, but it gives me something to do. And I like to try to capture places that may be forgotten in time, and, you know, who knows. But, anywho, let's go back and watch Ole Miss get ready to beat Mississippi State. Hey there, take two. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, down south. Just got done watching the Egg Bowl. Shout out to Ole Miss beating Mississippi State, putting belt to ass like they should have done. And yeah, they won that. So they are now 11-1. That's their best record ever. They've never made the college football playoffs before, and they've got a 100% chance to do so now. So good for them for that. But old Lane Kiffin didn't make no answer or have anything to say in relation to whether he's staying or going, especially when asked at the end of the game, when if he was staying, it would have been the heroic time to announce that he was staying. And because he said he hasn't made up his mind yet, I'm quite certain Buddy is freaking gone. Yeah, he is. But anyways, I'm going to go back to the bando. I got my memory card now for my drone, and let's go see if we can get us some epic drone footage. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the same little rundown house that I was at and see about trying to get over to the bando structures from that house. And I think that I should be able to do so. It's really not too far away at all. I was talking with my in-laws about these structures, the house and also the buildings, asking, hey, what is that old mill? And my father-in-law tells me that's a old logging mill. He didn't give me any other information other than that. I'm sure that they know, though, because they've been here their entire lives. Maybe they don't. But in terms of the house, they actually know who owns the house. It is abandoned. Not sure how long it's been, vacant for. And just think to myself, what if we could get this house? I don't know shit about the inside of it. I don't know shit about, you know, the size of it. Is it a 3-1? Is it a 2-3? You know, bedrooms to bathrooms. But what if we could get this thing for dirt cheap? I mean, this is the middle of nowhere, for God's sakes. And the thing is, in a pretty decent state of disrepair. Could we get this for the low and get back to flipping? How wild would that be? All right, well, change of plans. I decided to actually just come to where the mill is, and let's see. That's all you can see from the roadside, and we are on the roadside. Literally nothing for frickin' miles in that direction and in that direction. But yet it was this that I had seen passing by here. I'm always with my eyes out looking for the bandos, and I seen this, and I'm very curious to know. Sorry, I've got the memory card in my mouth. I'm very curious to know what this is right here. All right, let's see if we can get us a little action. Go out here and, oh shit, you know what? Did I put the memory card in? I did. Thank God that I did that. I want to see this. I want to see if it's possible to see beyond these trees, and, you know, what was this? Could we find out any history about this? Everything has a story. The crazy thing is when you can't find out information about a place, you become that much more intrigued by what it used to be. Why is there no information? What happened to this place? All right, we are up in the air. Oh wow, there is a big old freaking power line right above us. Would have been nice to see that before we took off. I think we are clear of the power lines, and we are heading over there, folks. Wow. It opens up back there too. There's a road that leads to it a little bit. Does look like it was an old lumber mill type of a place. I see tire marks back there. I see what looks like old lumber still in there. I want to go low, but we've got a lot of trees between us and this location. There's also a path through the woods that I'm seeing. And I think that the path is on the other side. I don't believe that there's a path on our side. It would be crazy if I see some freaking hunters. Lot of trees, lot of trees. Yeah. Vision sensor error. What the hell does that even mean? It says contact DJI for... All right, we're gonna try to lower ourselves down here. Now, the one thing that does suck is this drone does not have obstacle avoidance. To be honest, there's really not a whole lot to this. I just want to go down. The wind just really blew us off course. That is so freaking crazy. right, let's see if we can. Oh, wow, we just dropped pretty fast. All right. So we're down, getting low to be able to see in here a little bit. It almost looks like this place is still being used. Wow. So the wood in here it even goes underground. All right, so there's this building right here. There is another building that I want to see. I think it's the same building, actually. Yeah, I thought there were multiple buildings. Let's drop down a little bit and see what's in this building over here. Really overgrown, hard to see anything in there. Nothing, absolute nothing. This location is a bust. Nothing all that. Sometimes it'd be like that. Flying back to where the vehicle's at. Not sure what that is. It's directly in front of me, though. There's also a plane way up there. Whole lot of nothing. All right, let's get beyond those power lines. All right, we're coming in hot, baby. See if we can do some old trickery right here. Joe, the expert drone pilot. Hello. Let me introduce you to the Phantom 3, babe. Yeah, her guidance is crazy. She's supposed to just hover. I'm not doing any of this, and it's literally, the amount of movement this thing has is not good at all. This shit should just sit right here. There's no reason why it should be moving as much as it is. Spot to set her down at, and I don't really got one here. Guess we're gonna have to sit down in the grass. Yeah, I'm sure all these country folks driving by are like, look at that, hey. Hey, that's one of them drone gizmos. What a boring ass spot this was. What a bust this was. And also sucks that I can't really get back there. And I wouldn't go trekking through that shit with all them ticks and sticks and not dressed like this. Not that I'm dressed like much, but I just ain't really got the gear to be trekking back there. Plus it's deer season. So that probably wouldn't be a good thing. Well, sorry that didn't pan out for much more, but you know what? That's what the adventure is all about. Not all the time is it gonna be the gold. And when you're down in a location where you don't know shit about, and when you're down in a place when you don't really know much about that spot, it'll be like that sometimes. Perfect place to dump a body back here. That would have been interesting to see. Thank God we didn't. Wonder if it's ever been done. All right, well, hey, that concludes the adventure. We're only here for a day. Tomorrow's Saturday. We're leaving tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, to come back. There is, you know, a few things to share with you in relations to potential work, but nothing set in stone just yet, just a couple of potentials. So hopefully when I get back in town on Monday, back in action, we're gonna quickly be able to get to the work. I wanna thank you guys for taking the time to rock with me on this little mini vacation vlog. Hope you guys had a fantastic turkey day. I'm gonna look forward to sharing more with you just as soon as I possibly can. And until then, take care.